Chris, I saw you live in concert at Zoe's probably a couple months ago, and you had shared something very personal on stage, how you'd suffered from a rare ear condition. And I want to talk to you about that. How did that actually affect your music career? Because you really couldn't hear out of one of your ears, correct?
Right, yeah, I still can't. Basically, when I was 15, I got diagnosed with a inner ear disorder called otosclerosis. And basically what it did was, it's a deformation of the eardrum. And so I had pretty good hearing up to 15, and then I started losing my hearing, and it kind of got to the point where I had to go see a doctor about it, and then went to see a specialist about it, and I got diagnosed with otosclerosis. And at the time, they could go in and basically replace parts of your eardrum. And I ended up having one ear done at the time. At the time, 2 ears was a little heavy to do. You had one ear done, that way you could still hear a little bit out of one, and then you went in and did the other one. So that was a trip because I was already into music and I had to kind of learn notes all over again, and sounds kind of were weird, and it was a long healing process for that. And then immediately after high school, I started doing road work. I got taken on the road with a band called Sonia Dada and a couple other bands, and then college. And I kind of had adapted to only being able to hear out of one ear at that point. And I just never got the other ear operated on. And this is 20 years later. It's been 20 years living with the fear that what they corrected would leave me less connected. I was only 15. It could have been anything. This seemed impossible. I couldn't believe it. Sometimes I cannot listen, but I feel it all the same. Sometimes I cannot hear the thunder or the rain. I refuse to have a crutch for what I love so much, to make these excuses that will make me feel useless. And I'll take the loss and use it. I cannot refuse, it's part of my life. I'm stronger than what ails me. Sometimes I cannot listen, but I feel it all the same. Sometimes I cannot hear the thunder or the rain. The Great Spirit moves me to the corners of the sky to scream with the falcons, and on their wings I will fly. Sometimes I cannot listen, but I feel it all the same. Sometimes I cannot hear the thunder or the rain. sometimes I cannot hear the thunder